A warm welcome back to the channel. Qantas has published its full year results, but also has provided us with updates surrounding its future flying, with, yes, a pretty hefty emphasis on the fleet. Across the entire group, there has been a lot of focus on revolutionising this very fleet and bringing greater efficiency to the business. As part of this, the group is entangled in a multi-year process of retiring and replacing these retired aircraft with some of the newest next-gen planes from Airbus, Boeing and beyond. This process is expected to continue well into the 2030s, which I personally believe gives you a true scope of what we're working with here. And it should have fantastic repercussions for not just passengers in terms of comfortability, but also the airline's very own ability to lead from the front and expand into emerging markets, while also to an extent strengthening its position across existing ones. Qantas has emphasized recovering its international capacity following the COVID-19 pandemic as a real true part of its attempts to look forward to the future, and something it really wants to achieve to put that awful few years behind it. And under current forecasting, Qantas was pleased to announce that it expects to return to pre-COVID international capacity in May of 2025. More aircraft are slated to return from long-term storage, and therefore you'll have more availability, and the return will be made possible. The return that I speak of will come in the form of the world's largest passenger plane, the Airbus A380, with 2 more units expected to be reactivated. The reactivation should enable Qantas to fend off competition that has driven up capacity across key markets in the last few years, and obviously because of these core decisions, threatened Qantas's position in key locations. Really digging deeper into Qantas's relationship with the Airbus A380 in recent years, it's actually been a pretty healthy one, with the flag carrier continuing to back the wide-body aircraft, even during some of the darkest times, demand-wise in company history, when most airlines were looking to speak negatively on planes of this sheer scale. Qantas really continued to believe and publicly voice these beliefs that the aircraft, once demand return, would have a pretty firm place within their fleet, and that while they would temporarily ground the type, they would look to return the plane to service when appropriate to do so, and that's exactly what they've done, really sticking true to their word. While I said that their relationship with the A380 has been positive, I thought I'd mention that the company has equally also expressed just how difficult it has been to actually reactivate this aircraft, with it being a multi-month process and a costly one, but one that should see the pros eventually outweigh the cons. That doesn't mean that their relationship with the aircraft is negative. I just wanted to note that it's not all smooth sailing with the reactivation of planes that have, at the end of the day, been in long-term storage for some time. Ultimately now, as we move into the mid-2020s, a scary realization with the A380 now reactivated, onlookers would argue that Qantas's current position would be far worse if it didn't have this necessary capacity and had, say, kept the planes grounded for good. Moving away from the world's largest passenger plane, Qantas noted it was excited about the eventual delivery of the first A350-1000 ULR, with the first unit for Project Sunrise flights expected to arrive in mid-2026, this following a revised delivery schedule we received at the beginning of the year that unfortunately noted delays would come of around 6 months. The carrier says it is strongly encouraged by performance across international flights to European markets in the last year, and this gives it a lot of confidence moving into Project Sunrise, which we know will see non-stop flights from the east coast of Australia launched. Within the freight division, while Qantas Freight is continuing to move forward with modernisation efforts, this includes A330s and A321 freighters after saying goodbye to the 737F. Another 20 new jets are planning to arrive in the coming year across the group, and while a substantial amount of focus is on the A220 that we know has been a resounding success, these 20 new planes will also include arrivals to the low-cost division of Jetstar, who have recently taken on many A321LR units, being hugely influential in the development of that low-cost division's network. For the mainline company, while we can look forward to the delivery of the game-changing A3 A321XLR, which will open up itself new possibilities and go hand in hand with the acceleration of fleet renewal efforts and, just generally speaking, you'd say boost efficiency. Despite all these ambitions and a very exciting year, Qantas knows that it's still looking to maneuver through various supply chain issues, which are impacting aircraft manufacturers' ability to deliver planes on time, and this can hurt airlines' plans. With that being said, Qantas is pretty upbeat about their long-term outlook with regards to these renewal efforts, and it's fantastic to see. Certainly exciting as someone based in Australia to see some of these next-gen planes on our shores. If you do have any thoughts on the Qantas fleet, you can leave them down below in the comments. Stay tuned, some more aviation news will be coming your way very soon.
And we'll fly.